What is up, guys? It's your boy TheGrassNinja. We back at it again. We're doing chapter 64 predictions, but before we jump into the predictions, I just want to do a quick summary recap, like 2-3 minutes, just going over 63, so you guys will be sort of caught up. So my predictions and what I think is going to happen basically will make sense. You know what I'm saying? So we got to lay the groundwork before we can enter, like, the meat and potatoes of the whole video. So bear with me. We're going to start right about now. So the chapter starts off, Boruto, Kawaki, Code, they're all like standing off in front of each other. Basically, Boruto is interrupting Code and Kawaki's previous interaction, and he is not about what's going down right now. And Code is wondering what the hell is going down, like how the hell did Boruto find them? And he basically puts one of those black claw marks, or the black bands, the claw marks that he uses to teleport, and the ones he uses as like gateways and portals, right? He puts one of those on the inside of his hood so that he can free up one of his, so he can use both of his hands for the inevitable combat situation that's going to unfold later in the chapter. So he puts a black band on the inside of his hood, puts his hood up, and he's basically got on a headset. So he can still talk to Ida and still hear her communicate information to him, but now he can utilize both of his hands to fight. Alright? And Kawaki basically notices that, Code is like, a devout follower to the Otsutsuki, like a true worshiper of the Otsutsuki, treats them like gods and stuff. And he notices that Code is willing to, like, sacrifice his revenge on over his god in order to, like, follow the plans of someone else. And Kawaki is able to deduce this. He's like, yo, since you're doing that and like that's so out of character for you, there's obviously someone above you giving you the orders and telling you what to do right now. So I just want to talk to them, right? And so Code is impressed. He's like, I'm impressed that you even found out that, yeah, exactly, there is somebody above me right now, and they are calling the shots, and they want to meet you. And then Kawaki's like, well, I want to meet them because I'm tired of talking about these middlemen. I just want to get this shit over with. So Code is like, word, I didn't expect you to do that. Code shoots a claw mark right behind Kawaki. He's like, step right in and I'll take you to where you want to go. And Boruto's like, yo, can y'all stop talking like I'm not here right now? And basically interjects, and he's like, yo, Kawaki, I know you're just trying to protect the 7th and the way you best see fit, but you gotta understand, you're my bro, and I gotta protect you and 7th like in the best way I see fit. So he literally knocks Kawaki, like he literally like hits him with the right hand and knocks him down to the ground. And basically, since Kawaki was just getting beaten up by Code in the previous chapter, Kawaki's just stuck on the ground for the rest of this chapter. So Boruto knocks some sense into the man, tells him you can't be sacrificing yourself. This man Kawaki is like, alright, fine, you know what I'm saying? Like, you better just run away because there ain't no way you're gonna be able to fight him, right? Like, Kawaki doesn't have the energy to fight Boruto, let alone Code. And he's telling Boruto that, like, yo, you're no match for this man, right? You're no match for this man Code right now. And Boruto brings up an excellent point, and he's just like, yo, this doesn't seem like the kind of guy you can just run away from. So I might as well just spend most of my time trying to combat him until, like, backup can arrive, because hopefully the sensory unit can start tracking my chakra since I found you guys here, right? So that's Boruto's plan. His plan isn't to run at all. His plan is to face this head on, which, shows that Boruto's keeping that resolve that he had after the battle with Ishiki, where he was ready to kill himself. Like, he's ready to just jump into battle with someone who, arguably is like, supposed to be able to take out Naruto, right? Code and like Boruto, they're those two, they're basically like, they start talking. Code like references him as Momoshiki's vessel, and he's like, I kind of revere you in a way because, like, I'm supposed to worship the Otsutsuki, like, and I've inherited their grand will. And Boruto's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but hey, if you're trying to, like, do me a solid since you worship the Otsutsuki, how about you just pack it up, you go home, and you leave us alone? And Code's like, sorry, I can't do that, you know what I'm saying? I unfortunately have to feed your ass to 10 tails so I can become a god, right? And then the claw marks pop out. And then Code is telling Boruto, yo, right now, run before something happens. And you know what Boruto does? He looks this man Code dead in the face, and he activates his karma seal. You see the lines start approaching up his face, and he's like, listen, I ain't running for nothing, alright? I'm gonna kick this guy's butt for as long as I can until Naruto can get some backup sent this way, alright? And then we cut to see what Naruto's actually doing. Naruto's in there with Ino, They're basically talking about how if it's true that Kawaki is erasing his chakra signature, then they're not going to be able to find Kawaki no matter how like wide of a net they cast with their chakra sensory like network thing that they're using, their little dome chakra sphere. So Naruto asked like the local supervisor or whatever, the the local little spy ninja that's supposed to be watching Boruto, the local babysitter, I guess you could say. He asked him where the hell Boruto is, and he's like, bruh, I don't even know. Wait, when did he leave? I have no clue. So that's interesting. The fact that he didn't even notice. I mean, Boruto dipped without him figuring it out again. So, whatever. We'll see about that. Chapter goes on. Fight starts. Boruto swings in. So the fight starts, right? Boruto swings in with a kick, flips up into the air, gets ready with the Rasengan, tries to fall down with it, misses because Code can teleport with the black bands. Boruto notices the black bands and is quick to react and try to find the next target, right? Code pops up from another one of Boruto's blind spots. Boruto reacts by throwing a couple shuriken. It turns out that one of the shuriken Boruto threw at Code is actually Boruto transformed into a shuriken. So as Code deflects those away, Boruto pops up in the air and has the lightning style thunderbolt or the thunderclap arrow, and he smacks that shit straight down from the sky. But none of that works because Code teleports again, right? Just backs out, and he notices that, like, you know, Boruto's actually a pretty good ninja. He compliments him. He says it's actually kind of fun fighting you, or it's fun fighting a ninja, right? But then when he goes on to say and notice, basically, he's like, however, when it comes to the karma, you're an amateur. You don't know how to use the karma. You don't know how to fight with the karma the way I know how to fight with the karma. And then Code goes on to activate the white karma. Boruto notices that, yo, his karma's white. That's different, because, you know, Boruto in the anime, Boruto and Kawaki, they have black karmas, but then they have this, like, other color to it. Sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's red, depending on who we're talking about. But then sometimes it's black. And it looks like Code is just white, right? He's just got a straight white karma. So I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, the battle starts with the karma, or at least the karma version of the fight starts now. Both fighters having their karmas activated. Code is clearly dominating the fight from this point on. Boruto doesn't land any more hits, and Boruto's actually face down with his face down for a lot of this fight. Actually, he's constantly like knocked on his ass. So Boruto's basically getting skipped around like a soccer ball or like a stone on the water. He's just getting tossed around left and right by Code, and Code is explaining to them that, do you understand, the reason you get faster and stronger from the karma isn't just because that's one of its innate abilities. Like, true, you do get faster and stronger, but the true power of karma, or karma's true essence, is that it gives you the true essence of the karma gives you the accumulated, like, battle experiences of the Osutsuki that you inhabit, or that you're the vessel of, right? So basically the way this works is that if you have the karma, whichever Osutsuki that karma belongs to, you can tap into their battle experience and their fighting wisdom, right? Which is like wisdom and battle experience that's been stacked up over millennia, because they eat god fruits, and it's stated that the god fruit itself, or the god tree, takes 1,000 years to bear a fruit. And if we know they've eaten multiple fruits, that's thousands of years of freaking fighting experience and battle combat experience. So Code's out here fighting with Ishiki's battle, like, basically fighting style to a T, and he's getting whooped by Boruto, and you can tell Boruto is not handling this well, because by this point in time he is stuck on the ground. Like, literally, it doesn't look like he's unconscious, but he's struggling to get up. And then Code is like, yo, I've had enough of this. Show me Osutsuki Momoshiki's power. And then he goes to stomp in his skull, like how Kawaki did with Ishiki. And this starts to freak out Kawaki, because he's out there screaming Boruto's name and shit. And then Boruto vanishes. And then we look over to the side, and Boruto's glowing in chakra. He's got this huge aura. They're using all these speed lines that are pointing down towards the landscape, making it look like there's tons of pressure in the air right now. Code is looking at Boruto, and he's not even phased. He's like, there we go. Now we talking. Now the fight is starting. And we get a good look at what Boruto's looking like in this new karma state, because this is a brand new transformation for Boruto. It is not the same thing as before. Boruto right now rocking a new karma pattern, Byakugan in one eye, and he's conscious in the other, so it doesn't seem like this is a Momoshiki possession. We got a legit Boruto taking over Momoshiki's power with his own will. So we're gonna see what happens when Boruto uses the true essence of karma, and that's basically chapter 63 summarized, right? Now we're gonna use the rest of this, and we're just gonna go ahead and what the hell do I think is gonna happen in 64, right? Well, if we look back to 62 and I believe 61, we got the appearance of Sasuke, and so Sasuke was investigating the claw marks, and he deduced that, like, you know, the current location that he was looking at the time didn't seem like a suitable area for someone like Code to pop up in, and he's basically only going off of his experiences. Like, if I was the bad guy and I could pop in like this, I wouldn't pop in here. And you gotta remember, Sasuke used to be able to do that, and he also used to plot against destroying the village. So, like, if he's thinking and he's trying to put himself in the shoes of an invader like Code, with an ability that Code has, I could totally see Sasuke using some plot armored, you know, jutsu, Batman sensei, like, deductive reasoning, and find his way to the battlefield. Or he could just sense the clash or the immense pressure of Boruto letting out all this chakra from this new form, right? So I definitely think Sasuke is probably going to end up showing up towards the tail end of 64. And if it's not Sasuke, Naruto's going to issue an order to locate where Boruto is, and he's going to send a bunch of elite Jonin along with himself, and maybe even shoot out a message to Sasuke, and it'll be Boruto, Kawaki versus Naruto, and Boruto, Kawaki, Naruto, and Sasuke versus Code, and we're gonna basically see a nice little lineup of, I would assume, fodder elite ninjas on the back to support Naruto, because Naruto is weaker. Yes, Naruto's got that nerf. He does not have Kurama no more. But you gotta understand, when you fight Naruto, especially if you fight him in the Leaf Village, when you fight the Hokage, especially when you fight them in the village, boy, you better bring an army, because you are not just fighting the Hokage. The rest of the villagers are not gonna sit by and let that man get his ass beat like they did with freaking when Naruto came to fight Pain. Like, no, everybody there is ready to back up the Hokage. It's gonna be like when the Ninetales went on his rampage initially, and we saw freaking the third Hokage and like all of the villagers teaming up to get that motherfucker out the village, right? Like, that's the kind of squad I'm trying to see pull up when Naruto fights. Like, if Naruto's out there in a fight and he's getting close to losing, they gotta bring out the works. They gotta bring back everybody. Bring back the whole village, a whole platoon. I want to see a whole army of motherfuckers standing behind Naruto when he tries to make a shadow clone without any chakra, and it's just like, boom, the whole village ready to back this nigga up, because then that would show major growth, because it's like, even without the Ninetales, the village is still here for you, Naruto. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've proven, you know, your shit. You've made all these connections and shit. Let's see those connections start to pay off, bro. Like, I would love to see the power of friendship pay off like that, where it's like, yeah, I might have lost all my power, but the power I've created on my own along the way is the power of all these bonds, which would have been a major. It would just do a lot of, like, it would do a lot of good for the narrative in a weird way. But another thing that I want to see happen in 64 is I want to see Kawaki get up. In this chapter, Kawaki got knocked down by Boruto and stayed on his ass for the for the rest of it, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. So chapter 64, there's a lot of stuff can happen. I want to see Sasuke. I want to see if Naruto decides to pull up. I want him to pull up with a squad, like the Anbu, like on his backup. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to see Naruto pull up by himself, because Naruto can't be acting stupid and foolish like that. So, like, let me see Kakashi pull up and do some shit, bro. Like, where the hell's Kakashi been in the manga this whole time? Also, another thing that I want to see happen in this in this chapter is if Boruto's gonna get his scar, alright? Because if he's fighting Code with the true essence of karma and he's utilizing Momoshiki's battle experience, Code might find that Byakugan to be annoying and what's it called, hazardous to his plans, and being like, okay, he can see me whenever I decide to pop up from his blind spots because he has the Byakugan, so it doesn't matter if I pop up from this gateway or this claw mark or this claw mark, because Boruto can basically track my movements as soon as like my chakra appears, right? And if he's using that top-notch Otsutsuki speed, he's easily going to be able to counter. So I could see Code giving Boruto the scar that he has in the future by trying to take out the Byakugan, and it might not work entirely because, you know, the karma also does some healing properties, but maybe he'll, like, you know, maybe the pills Boruto's been taking slows down his regenerative abilities that the karma gives him, and he won't be able to fully heal his eye until, like, you know, a scar is inevitably formed. So, or maybe it won't heal properly because of the way the pills are affecting him. Maybe Code's body modification thing is a little different than how Kawaki and Delta's was, and it's like laced with some kind of oil or however that negates like regenerative abilities, like something like that. Or but definitely want to see what happens with Boruto's eye in the future. I want to see if we get any more conversation with Ida as she you know, watches on. I want to see if we get any confirmation of how Ida is affecting Code when Code's no longer in her vicinity right now, because Code is keeping his promise to Ida even though he's not like next to her or in the same room as her, you know, in her presence anymore, because he's literally what's it called, in the Konoha. Like, he's not in the village, but he's like on the outside edges of the village right now, completely separate area from where Ida is, because Ida's watching from what we could even assume is a separate dimension, or at least somewhere cold, because we know she's in some fort or in some base out in the snow somewhere. So I want to see if Ida and her effects on Code start to fade over time, or if once you meet her, you are done and you will always have love for her, and it's kind of like, damn, that's OP. So I want to see more about that right there, and if she'll, like, if the other villagers or if anyone else starts to approach the battle, if she's going to be able to relay that information to Code, or if Boruto's going to do enough damage where he can separate that communication line or something like that. Yeah, so definitely a lot of things that I want to see happen, or that I think will end up happening in Chapter 64. We're definitely probably going to get another person to interrupt the fight, whether that be Sasuke or Naruto sending aid of some sort. It would be crazy to see Konohamaru show up and just die, and that would be like a trigger for Boruto. Oh my god, I'm just going off. But it's like, nah. So yeah, no, but we can definitely see Sasuke. It's possible. We could definitely see Naruto or some support that Naruto sends show up. This is a kind of a reach, but it's possible that we end up seeing the Byakugan, or at least Boruto utilizing the Byakugan in a way that Code finds annoying, and he tries to take it out, similar to how Boruto took out the Rinnegan. Since it's like, it's a problem, why not try to eliminate it, right? Another thing that I think we're gonna see is the connection, or at least the communication line that Code has with Ida get separated somehow, whether he gets blitzed by Boruto, or he gets, like, you know, his hood removed or something, or he forces, something might happen like that, where basically that connection where he has with Ida will get interrupted or cut off somehow, so that way the first two things I said, like, somebody else can come and interrupt the fight without Code getting an update about it, right? Because if he gets told that Sasuke Uchiha is approaching to your location, he's just gonna dip. Or if he gets told that Naruto's sending a platoon of people, he's just gonna dip. He's not gonna try to kill everybody outright until he's ready, or until he knows where his targets are, right? And he's also trying to find Amado, so we might see Amado do some stuff in the next chapter as well. So, dude, there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about, and I definitely am running long on this video, so we're gonna cut it short right now. We'll definitely make some more videos throughout the week. I've been your host, TheGrassNinja. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you made it all the way to the end. Why not subscribe? It's free, and you won't miss the next video. You'll get notified if you hit the bell icon. And yeah, man, welcome to the channel. Join the club, man. Let's grow the community. Let's let's all hit the comment section. Let me know your theories, your prediction of what's gonna happen Boruto Chapter 64. But I've been your boy, TheGrassNinja, and I'm out. Peace.